What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, we are fresh out of work, and we're hopping in the shop right now. So I'm gonna unlock the door, and then I guess we're gonna talk about what we got going on for today's video and what we got going on just in general. So thank you guys for tuning in. Come along for the ride. So we are back in the shop area, and I'm sure you guys are wondering, what's he do with the white Monty? What is it? Well, that is a buddy of mine's car that he has brought over to me generously enough to let me do some work to it. What that work entails is, well, trans brake button, exhaust, master cylinder support, mount the passenger seat. The rear end has a leak, so we're going to try to stop that. Well, not try, we are going to. And some door handles. So, one thing I can mark off the list is this trans button mount. And I'll actually grab it for you guys here in a second. And I'll actually show you guys when it's all mounted up. It's done. You're going to see me build it here in a second, or at least TIG weld it together. So, might as well just show you guys that right now. Alright, so yeah, trans brake button is done. We are now actually moving on to the master cylinder support, which I have drawn up something that I'd like to do here. Piece of tube with a piece of threaded rod or a bolt of some sort. That is going to unthread into the master cylinder because he was noticing that as he's pressing the brakes down, the firewall is flexing. So to help put a stop to that, we're going to do a piece of tube with a nut welded into it, so that way, and there's going to be a lock nut on there as well, so that way it can get unscrewed into the master cylinder, and then he can take this, screw it into the threaded, or into the tube, so that way he can still have enough room to, take the brake master cylinder off. So that is what we're working on right now, actually. Yeah, that's really it. So that's kind of what we got going on. We got our mount here for the trans brake button. That is ready to go. I got to look into buying some clamps there because I built what he wanted. He wanted it off of the steering column and to the side of the steering wheel. So now I have to figure out how to mount it to the steering column where you can still take it off and things like that. So you'll have to excuse me, I'm still getting over being sick apparently. Where we are at on this is, right now I'm more focused on getting this brake master cylinder support done, and then that can be another thing checked off the list. So from there, after that, we're probably going to go to mounting the seat, and then from there it depends. Depends if he has door handle stuff to me, because then I do the door handles. If not, I'd start doing the exhaust and stuff. So what that means for me is I got to get my hunk of junk out of here as well. So while I'm sitting here waiting for the rear suspension to come in, I am in the next week or so going to do the put the front of this car together. I have everything for the steering and all that stuff right here. So put the rack in so that way I can steer, and then put the rear suspension in with the factory rear end. It should just bolt right in. Hopefully that's the case, so that way I can at least drop it down off the jack stands, move it out, move his in, do his exhaust, take his rear end out, and see what's going on with that, why it's leaking. So that's kind of our update at the moment. I did want to talk about this car, kind of what the plan is, but we'll probably get to that in a little bit of this video. So right now at the moment, that's kind of our update. That's where we're at. I am now going to start building the brake master cylinder support, and then we'll catch up after that. So enjoy a little bit of fabrication, and sit back, relax, and I'll talk to you guys after that, and we'll do a quick little update on the red car. Alright, so here's the deal. I didn't film yesterday at all in making this piece right over here that I'm going to show you guys right now. I didn't film at all making this master cylinder support, mainly because, well, it's just tacked in with the MIG because I can't get the TIG out here. So, tacked it in with the MIG welder, and eventually when I can get this thing into there where my TIG welder is, then I'll be able to take all the way around and make it all nice and stuff. But there you go. That's your master cylinder support. So this bolt will thread in, so that way if you ever need to take this master cylinder off, it can come out. But this should help stop the flexing of the firewall and all that fun stuff. So we're not going to test that now, of course, because it's just tacked in, but we will get to that after it's TIG welded in. So after this car is in there, we'll be able to talk about that. So all right, so why didn't I film any of that? Well, because yesterday I had company. I had the owner of the car actually out here and helped me out a little bit, held some things for me, and yeah, just didn't film at all. But he was out here, did help me out, and we got it done. So if you're watching this, appreciate you. Thanks for the help. Welcome out here anytime. I know it's kind of a drive, but, you know, anytime, you're welcome. So with that being said, we're going to, man, I don't know what I want to talk about next. Do I want to talk about the other customer project, or do I want to talk about my own project? I'm not really sure, but here she is. So I guess, you know what, while we're here, let's talk about it. Red car is not going the classic turbo LS route, I don't think. It is going the LS route, but a little bit different style, and we're going to get into this. You know what? I'm going to do a specific video for that, so that's going to be actually next video. Right now, I do have to get the other customer project out, so I'm actually going to work on moving some of that stuff out right now, and then we're going to show you guys what we got going on, what's the next customer project vehicle. So you know what? Let's go do that right now. Let's go get the other project out. He wants this thing done for the Nationals, so gonna be cutting it tight, but let's get it done. All right, let's get it out and situated and see what I'm working with. So yeah, that's it. We're gonna cut to getting the other project out right now.